Okay, this is me taking my obsession to the final height because the room it's going in is it's probably half the size.
That's one of our best customers, Kathy Cotton, right there. She lives in Fairfax. Fairfax is a super cool, artistic little town. You got to check it out someday. Lots of tourists come here. But everyone was wondering, well, where is the Monstera going to go? This big monster. I mean, it really lives up to its name. And
It is a monster.
so,
It
but
is.
so Kathy's been buying plants from me forever. I always see her invoices, but I never met her until now. She's super cool. And she's like, you got to see my garden. You got to see what I did with all these plants. I'll
Yeah,
say it.
I got completely carried away, but I'm so excited. It is so worth the addiction.
She
This
she
is the
didn't
best
read the addiction, no, the product warning label on our website. Look on our product. Look on our website. Every single page it says product warning label. Click on that, and you'll want to read that before you buy a plant, because otherwise,
I am. You'll turn out
yeah,
like me.
she's a victim.
I'm a victim.
She's a victim.
true.
Let's see.
It's
Let's see what happens to a victim's garden. Here we go. This is so cool. Should you want to lead the tour? Should I start
Yeah,
like
no, keep-
talking about all?
go for it.
Okay, here's our little philodendron Xanadu. It's there's the big giant philodendron cellum that takes all kinds of space, and this one is really nice. You could put it in small little areas in the shade, and it just totally fills out. Super beautiful and lush. It's actually relatively drought tolerant. This is a beautiful alocasia. I don't know the name of this one, but I know it has this beautiful red backside to it. Look at that. Woo! Look at that next to Kathy. Woo! All right. And your helper's
Yes. Auner has
Auner.
literally
he's the landscape
transformed.
architect over here, huh?
Yeah, well, he's definitely the planter. I'm the architect.
Nice. Okay, we got the architect at the planter. Here's the snowflake tree here. This is Trevisia, and this is such a beautiful plant. It has all this intricate shape on it. I have a big one at my house. It kind of loses this incredible shape over time, but it's called the snowflake tree. And then here's another type of alocasia. You can see the similarities between these two, but this one does not have that beautiful red on the back. You got your little pygmy palm, all these beautiful, colorful pots that are colorful all the time. You probably found a little bit that all these tropical plants, they don't always have a ton of color.
No, but I use the pots as color.
Exactly. I see your little trick. And there's also another little trick right here. She's got these beautiful little balls, these little orbs floating around in the garden with all kinds of color. And of course, once you get into the succulents, you start getting a lot of color there. Reds, maroons, different shades of green, pinks. What else? So then, of course, everybody needs a giant bird of paradise. Right, Kathy?
Oh my God. Everyone needs at least 3 giant birds of paradise.
And I'm also teaching Kathy how, during the next apocalypse, she could live off the plants in her garden.
Yes.
So this is called pacaya. This is like artichoke here. It tastes like artichoke. This little piece right here. And it comes off the flowers of the Chamaedorea tepeholote. Well, this is actually Chamaedorea plumosa, but it makes the same type of flower as tepeholote. And the classic dish is the tepeholote, but you can also eat this one too, and I will prove it. Oh, it's so good. You
So
can
good.
eat it
It's
raw,
so good.
boil it. But the other thing you can do, Kathy, is when you want to cook your pig in the ground, like dig a big hole in your lawn. Looks like, are you starting to dig that hole right there?
Yeah, go
for the pig.
hole.
Oh, the gopher's helping you for the
Yeah.
for the pig you're going to roast.
That's definitely.
Well, when you roast that pig, you're going to want to make a big fire down there, right? And then get it going really hot so it's just hot coals. And then you're going to want to cover that with rock.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to cover that with all of your banana leaves. Then put your pig in there. Then cover the top of the pig with banana leaves. And then cover it with more dirt. Leave it there for, I don't know, a day or two. That's how you cook your pig, right?
Wow.
You've probably done it. Have you done it? Yeah? You ever cooked a pig in the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. So anyway, that's another reason to have the giant bird of paradise around, in case you want to do what?
I love that. Cook a pig.
That's right. You never know when you need to cook a pig. Look at all the cute little balls right there. So then, we don't want to miss things here. Another philodendron Xanadu. Then you've got your clivia. This makes beautiful orange flowers in the middle of winter when there's nothing else blooming. You've got your cycad here, sago palm. And again, as a contrast, here is the slightly damaged philodendron, the regular philodendron cellum, as opposed to the little baby Xanadu. Maybe I should let you talk about your garden more than me.
Well, no, I'm enjoying your tour. I've been waiting for this
You've been
tour.
waiting for this tour.
Yeah.
We have our sword fern, which is really nice. Another giant birds always look cute in pots, so that should live in there for quite a while. Now, one of the very cool things here is the macrozamia. This is a plant from Australia, and it's related to the common sago palm, which is Cycas revoluta. But this is a really beautiful accent. You can see how the light, when I came in here, it was just striking how the light hit this plant, and made it all golden as you walk into the garden. And of course, Kathy made a wonderful selection years ago. How long ago was the
Like
magnolia?
20 years.
Yeah, this is the little gem magnolia. It's a dwarf magnolia, so it doesn't get too large or overwhelming, and it has nice little white flowers. And it's a really great tree. My daughter is in Virginia right now, and these things are actually native there. She was walking around looking at all of these native magnolias, sending me pictures of just natural magnolias growing in habitat. So this is the dwarf variety, and it really doesn't get too huge or overwhelming. The regular one, grandiflora, gets really big, but keep that in mind if you want an evergreen plant. And once you do have a plant like magnolia that's evergreen like this, and it does fill out, everywhere underneath it is going to be a whole extra more tropical zone because the frost doesn't make it under these evergreen plants.
Oh, wow.
And so something that you would die here that's open to the sky
Right.
would completely survive over here.
That's
So
good to know.
yeah, as long as it could take a little bit of shade. So, and
This
look,
garden is a testament to how you can really take small spaces.
yeah,
This is a tiny little garden that I had a huge garden in San Anselmo, huge garden with pools and waterfalls. And this was after I got divorced, I got relegated to the tiny little house in Fairfax with the tiny little garden. It was my punishment.
you probably prefer it better now. It's nice.
Oh
and-
my
Isn't it
goodness.
fun to have a nice little space?
It's so
I have
nice.
too many big spaces. I'm overwhelmed.
But it's huge.
Yeah.
Look at how huge
I know.
the garden is.
Yeah, and the plants make it look like an endless jungle going back. So, let's take a look at what else you got. So you have your lady palms, which are so pretty. This is a perfect. You're actually a really good landscape architect because I'm seeing all these wonderful locations of plants and planted in the right spots and everything else.
And this is Elliot,
Hey, Elliot, how are you?
who had to live through all of my plant collecting addiction.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I bet it's
Elliot?
not over with.
Well, I thought it was all over.
Yeah,
Probably not quite yet.
we just got another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you might have to build an addition to the house for this
That's right.
next plant we're going to bring inside.
Yeah, where is it anyway?
It's out in the
We're
sidewalk.
gonna get it in a little.
Yeah, we're making a fun little video. First, we got our Dixonia tree fern also from New Zealand. And look at this cute little thing here. So, do you know about that plant?
I just thought it was cute, so we bought
It's
it
so
when we were
cute.
at your place.
Okay, so this is the dwarf Trachycarpus wagneranus, and it's called the dwarf Chusan palm. It's related, very closely related to the regular common Trachycarpus fortunei, but the difference is it has these perfect little miniature fronds on it, and it looks fantastic in this spot right now. There will be a day you probably have to dig this up and move it, but they transplant really easily. So, because it
So
will,
how big will it
Size,
get?
you mean?
it'll get 25 feet, but it'll take 100 years.
Oh no!
But it can also just stay really. I've seen palms that literally just stay little, so I have a feeling this one might stay little for a long time. But someday it will kind of spread out a little bit. But
I'll be gone then.
yeah, well, we hope not. So, all right, and then look at this beautiful jungle feeling back here. Here is again the third type of philodendron that we've encountered here, and this is available pretty much only at my nursery. This is really special.
This is actually this was probably the second plant I bought from you.
Okay.
And I was so struck by, I had not put philodendrons in yet, but this one actually kind of spurned the other ones around
Okay.
the garden. But I loved it so much that around the corner is a really big one.
So basically, we talked about the little dwarf Xanadu. That's like semi-rare. The philodendron saloom, the split leaf that we saw over there, is probably the most common one, and this is really rare to see this solid leaf, pointed one, but it's also called the lance leaf philodendron. But this will get big and beautiful and maybe even have some babies someday. But I just love this plant.
When I saw it, I was like, it's amazing. I have to have it. It was one of those I have to have it moments.
I have a lot of those.
Which one, honey?
And right next to the dragon is a plant that is really hardy. It's really common, but there's a reason why it's so common, because it performs so well. This is Fatsia japonica from Japan. That's why it's named japonica. And it makes this really beautiful tropical leaf. When they first come out, they're all lime green, and then they do eventually turn to a much darker green. And it's kind of like a small little tree in time. But you can always cut it back and let it start over if it gets too big. And what's really fun about it is it makes these absolute miniaturized leaves that just slowly get bigger and bigger and bigger to its full size like this.
It's so exciting.
Isn't that fun though, to compare the big leaf to the little baby? So, all right, moving right along. We've got some really cool sculptures. I love the stone base on that too. Did it come like that?
It did.
Wow.
It did.
That is really beautiful.
That was a total secondhand find.
And then here's the regular split leaf again. More monstera.
So this was a one
Fuchsia.
plant
Oh, yeah.
that came from your garden.
Oh yeah, so this is the fuchsia I've been propagating for years because I just love this flower here.
And I somehow got to buy it.
Yeah.
And bring it home.
That might be. I might have to take a cutting. But we might not have that anymore because of you, because we have to take cuttings and grow them. That might be our mother plant.
Okay, well,
I haven't seen it in our nursery for a while.
Yeah, so you can come over. It's over here, but it's been.
Yeah.
I'm taking good care of it.
That's awesome.
Because it wasn't looking as good, and now it looks beautiful.
No, yeah, we abuse our plants, but they hardly ever die though. So
yeah, it had a rough time, then it got.
And then here is the Australian tree fern, not to be confused with the New Zealand tree fern. This will get big. It'll make a big umbrella over here eventually. And then here's the African fern pine, always a wonderful privacy plant. Now people plant these as privacy when they're younger, kind of expecting to have this nice little hedge sort of thing. And they do eventually turn into full-size trees.
Well, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
But the thing that's really exciting about that is then you can actually take some of this away and underplant.
Right. Yeah, plant a rainforest bottom to it.
Yeah, so now I actually have, this is one of the shadiest spots where I can plant wonderful, delicate
And look
plants.
at the lighting coming out from your beautiful red-leafed canna. Isn't that really beautiful? Look at that. Wow. And the beads of diamonds from the rain last night. Okay, moving right along. Let's see what else is there. More bird of paradise. There's the secret hot tub. Nice. And the triple pygmy palm. Oh, you got cardboard palms.
Yeah,
Those are super exotic.
So
yeah.
I was trying to get like some hedge material. This spot is really sunny.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if they take full sun because I've had a little bit of burning and issues with
They're going to adapt. They see the new growth coming out. It's going to adapt to the new sun conditions. So they will harden up and they'll be tough. The foliage that it comes with is oftentimes a little bit not acclimated right. One thing is you have to be careful with these is that you never want to bury them deep because you can rot them. This one, you kind of want to get
too much.
Yeah, you kind of want to get these things exposed, like the whole cone. It's called a cone, this whole thing, and yeah, you want to do that. And you also don't want to water these too heavily because they can suffer.
So right now, well, of course it rained last night.
Yeah, but you want to definitely pull back the soil so that the whole thing's exposed. And then look at this crassula right next to Buddha. Up there, you got all this green. Then you have a huge pop of silver in this crassula. That came from my place, right?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't even know the name of that. I'm one of those people that sells plants that don't even know what they are. Isn't that funny?
It was such a great plant, and actually my son picked out that one, and it needed some silver. It needed something to break up the green.
Yeah, and it looks good next to the black of the Buddha. And I love this. This is kind of my persona. It reminds me of me a little bit there.
That's a Goodwill.
Yeah. And then you also, this came from our place?
Yes, it did.
Oh my.
this
How'd you get that
one-
back here?
Almost killed it.
Oh my goodness. It was an
Wow.
absolute
Look at that thing.
crazy.
Look at that big trunking philodendron leaning over the hot tub. That is cool.
Yeah, so this one was
Wow.
kind of growing sideways
Yeah.
and on the ground. It
So we
was
tilted
over in the back
Okay.
somewhere, and she had been neglected.
I remember seeing her back
overlooked
there.
It was
for
really,
a long
really
time.
Yeah.
just distorted. So we planted it kind of sideways, and then I had to put a 2x4 behind it
Uh-huh.
and prop it up for a while. And then after about a month, it just was stood on
Yeah.
its own.
Then it did its
Yeah.
thing. Right. And so you must have planted multiple giant birds here together.
Yeah.
Because that's a high density of birds right there.
Yeah, it was 3.
Oh, you got a bottle tree?
Yes.
Oh, no way. I grew these myself
I
from
love this.
little tiny babies.
Yeah, this is actually our
Whoa!
favorite gem.
Whoa!
We're so excited.
You need to watch the video I have from the one in my house in San Diego. It's amazing. This thing will just swell out and get so huge and pregnant, and it just makes
It's
it like
so
a total
exciting.
sculpture.
Yeah.
And you got a fishtail.
Yeah. This was
Wow.
the only fishtail that you had.
Yeah.
This was the only bottle tree you had.
Right.
And I was very excited. And
I
I
have-
told Kyle, it's like when you get unusual things, just call me. I'll come.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't do that.
So, this looked terrible in our nursery. These never look good in my nursery because they don't like to sit in boxes in the cold, foggy wind. But then look, when she put them out in the ground, look what happens.
All the new growth.
Beautiful, perfect foliage. And right now, this is an extremely hard plant to get. And I just found 3 more the same size as this. And I think I'm going to get them and bring them up to my nursery because it's been years since I've seen them available.
They're so special.
I can't believe you have one here. This is so cool. But look at the foliage on that, guys. There's a reason why they call it the fishtail, because it looks a lot like a fishtail right there. This is the giant. This is gonna make these fronds go all about even over the hot tub. You'll look up at the stars through this thing and the moon.
That's great. That was
Um,
kind of the idea is if we canopy this, it's the same thing. I think there's getting too much sun over here. I have to like plant something else, like a big tree or something here.
This is fun. I even like your fun little pathway you have in the back with the gravel and the offset little stones. That's kind of a fun.
Yeah, so
fairly
that
new.
area we
Yeah.
haven't started yet, but that's gonna be the vegetable bed.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be the work.
Corn would be great growing up there. Kind of hide the neighbor a little bit.
Which
Maybe some corn straight up in that narrow spot. And you got your little hangout area up here. Cushions are in for the season. Winter is almost here.
This is the spot up here.
That's the
You
spot.
can see the view.
Oh, let's see. All right, here we go. And you've got your, let's demonstrate the chair. I'm surprised you just don't hang it from the tree. You've got a perfect limb right above there.
It actually feels better hanging from this thing.
Does it?
It's a shorter throw.
Ah.
It hangs from the tree. It gets a little too
Oh, interesting. Okay.
wide.
It's a beautiful oak. It's a great spot for the oak. You can also get some bromeliads and things and like cling them up to the oak,
Oh, that's a good idea.
you know? Yeah, or get some hanging
Do you
baskets
think
of
they'll
succulents.
survive? Bromeliads there?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. You can also get hanging like donkey tail succulents and stuff, like hanging from the limbs that are super drought tolerant.
Right.
You just need a misting every month or so. So another triple sago palm up here, and
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the next area that we're gonna.
oh,
do.
okay.
So this is.
We'll have to have a
all
phase
supposed to
2
be
video.
plants.
I like the little mini deck.
Yeah, this is
Cool.
all supposed to be plants.
Uh-huh.
This whole thing is gonna be plants.
This is gonna look great, but
But
it's.
there's the view.
Oh, there's the view.
There's the
Not.
one.
Oh, I see. There you go. We're a POV now. Look at that. Is that Mount Tam?
Yeah.
That's Mount Tam right there, people. All right, you heard it. You've seen it, and now you'll believe it. Kathy's garden.